MAG. There we go. 7'11". Punching mats, throwing big crankbaits, throwing swim baits, a lot of the things us Western anglers like to do. Yeah. Cal Delta Special right there. Come on in here, baby.
Whoa, look at that. No.
Oh, God. No. I wasn't ready. Fat, been eating good.
You talking about that bass or me, bro?
Come on, you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I'm just making sure. There we go.
Little Cal Delta Special.
Oh yeah.
Little welcome home present. There we go.
Hey, what's up guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here, and today we're out with Mark Daniels Jr. You know, Mark's been doing all of his FLW stuff. He's a local guy, moved out there to fish it and do it big, getting better and better. Out here on the California Delta to play with us today. We're gonna see what we can make happen, go over some rattle trap stuff with you guys, show you some lipless crankbait tips, and just hopefully put a lot of cool fish on film for you. Mark's a hell of a cool guy, so I really want you guys to get to know him and keep an eye on him, watching the FLW and stuff, because I have been. Really cool dude. Man, I appreciate you coming out with us, Mark. This is gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Oh yeah, man, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna catch some fish from home on the Cal Delta. Just don't get no better than this, man. Huge fan of the show, Nick. You've been doing great, man. I follow you. I like how you
fish. Man.
I'm a fan, bro, for sure, man. Multi-species guy right here, but he can catch bass with the best of them, man. So we're gonna get out here and see what we can put together today.
From bluegill bass to catfish. I'm not playing.
That's it, dude.
All right, let's go get him, man. Let's go get him.
Sure. Right at the boat, dude.
Oh, man.
Oh, you gotta love the Delta, man.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta love the Delta. Oh.
Yep. Eating the vibrating jig, man.
They liking the chatterbait this morning.
Got
the missile bait shockwave on the back of there. Nice little 2-pounder.
Clean little greenback. Look how pretty they are on the Delta,
fish, man, out here. Beautiful fish. That's the one thing I love about the Delta, man. There's so many fish and they're so beautiful. And you know, you catch them, they're all scarred up. They don't have a bunch of hook holes in them and stuff like that.
Still wearing lipstick, got their hair done just right.
That's right.
Nails done.
Fins done, waiting on me to come home, dude.
Just waiting. Like, oh, there he is. There's Mark. There's Mark. Let's run to the door. Looks like I'm getting this thing.
There we go.
That's a better one?
Yeah, a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. There he is.
Oh, did I pop
jammed me right in the rib cage? I was filming him, man.
I want to pull that.
There we go. Saw a little 1.5-pound Delta bass. Beautiful fish. Never been caught before. And he's been eating.
Oh, yeah.
This dude ain't been missing no meals, has he?
Very nice.
Good old rattle trap. Just don't discriminate. Catches everybody.
Oh, just got slapped.
Did you?
Oh, you can sit in one spot. Oh, dude, that's a
giant. Get the net. Stay down. Stay down. Don't jump.
Stay down.
Don't jump. Stay down. Oh, he come off.
Oh.
Dude, that was 10. Easy. 10
That
plus.
would have won us a Chinese tournament. There we go.
Got it?
Yeah, little guy. Baby. Getting some babies. It's on the new Rattle Trap Square Bill.
Yeah.
Very cool deal. I'll show you something about this square bill. It's real thick. It's got a lot of profile to it. Good water displacement. That little tight square bill, it's a shallow runner. How deep's this getting, Mark?
That bait's a 3 to 5 foot runner, depending on, of course, line
diameter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm throwing this on 15. It's the Delta, so I'm probably 2.5, 3 feet. But it's got flat sides. The nice part about flat sides is that displacement is really, really clean. There's a flat-sided bait versus a round bulbous bait. Get you different bites. I swear, you can go out and throw a round-sided square bill and then throw something with a flat side, and it's a completely different look, completely different feel. I honestly think the vortex of the bait is just something entirely different that triggers fish. So far, nothing big, but I lost a pretty decent one and just had a big one chase it up. Right here, I'm not gonna have you turn around and look that way, but we're literally 3 feet off the end of an island, and we're looking up at the Garmin right here. This is a big old Garmin unit, and we're actually looking at the grass line right here. And I'll let you get a close-up of that in a second. But this grass line's slowly tapering to where we're sitting 3 feet over the top of the grass, and it's tapering down on that main water here. It's what, September 3rd?
Yeah.
It's September 3rd, and in August, a lot of the time at the ends of these islands, way out off the end, the fish school up. And a lot of people leave them alone. It's not obvious, and when you fish the Delta, there's like a million obvious targets. But something like this, I've literally pulled up to these things and caught 50 or 60 fish without moving the boat.
Absolutely.
And on the Delta, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
That's not common.
No.
It's not common.
No.
You know, we're normally flipping or hitting
Right.
a spot on the bank or hitting a target, and you get big ones. You don't get necessarily a lot of big ones this way, but I pulled up and got 15, 20, 3-pounders before, so.
Great way to have some fun if you're just looking to get, breaking a new rod or something, get some bites, get the momentum going for the day. But like you said, what was key, people don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. With these Garmin electronics to show you the points and how they taper out, like you spoke of earlier, those grass lines, which are key out here on the river.
Oh yeah.
And you'll catch
It's
them.
the Delta. You don't know the grass, you ain't getting bit.
Preach, Nick. Preach.
Preach on.
That's the truth, man.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Did you know that P-Line makes specialized lines for all your fishing needs, from the super strong abrasive resistant CXX or the low stretch super stealthy CX Premium? Or maybe you're looking for invisibility or super bite detection with P-Line's 100% fluorocarbon. No matter what your needs, P-Line's got it covered. To find out more, visit P-Line.com.
P-Line, baby.
Oh, you heard they got weapons of big fish destruction? Well, you heard right. BWA Fishing Performance is the newest company hitting the U.S. market by storm. With some of the sickest swim baits around and non-cookie cutter style lures that you could ever get your hands on. It's time to show these fish something new. Visit BWA.com. Ever tried pulling a planer board next to your boat when trolling or fishing from a swift current bank? If not, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal fish catching machines on the market today. With Yellowbird planer boards pulling your lines perpendicular to your boat, you can't help but catch more fish. Find out more by visiting www.yellowbirdproducts.com.
Clear enough, baby. Don't jump.
We're strategizing. We're coming through here first, and we're getting all the little ones out of the way. So, you know, when the water moves up and finishes and this tide tops out right here, big ones are going to be where we want them. We're going to get them a better look after we clear all the small fish.
Exactly, that's the plan.
Yeah.
You got it down.
We got it all figured out.
You need your net? Delta.
That's a little bit better than what we have been getting.
Yeah, we stepped it up a notch. Put the good old vibrating jig. Look how fat. I mean, he ain't much of nothing, but look at the belly on that dude.
Water's starting to cool off. They're starting to chomp.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Smoke that thing right in the boat. Catch and release.
Quick release.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Flying bass.
There we go. Come flying out of there.
Back away.
This looks right, perfect and square in the head, dude. And that D-bomb.
Right between the eyes.
Little fatty. Hey, it's nothing like that line crying sound, bro. That's the best sound. Oh, God. No. Not paying attention, bro. That's my fault, bro.
All good. All good. You had them loaded.
Yeah, but I was all cattywampus. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Is he off? Oh, no. He ain't that good. No. Come on back. What Mark and I are doing now is just keep going around flipping. We're gonna throw some chatterbaits. We're trying to find some good quality fish to break down for you guys. Want to give you guys some more info, but punching the D-bomb just like that, 1.5 ounce tungsten punch weight right there. I'm using a TK 130 flipping hook, a Trocar flipping hook in the 3.0, and Mark says he normally punches with the 4.0 to get a better bite on the fish, but I don't know what it is. I became so glued to using a 3.0 punching.
That one's not coming off, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
You use what works for you. That's for sure.
So that's a plier fish. That's through that thick bone right there by his nose. Look at that. Just look at how it dug through.
He was not coming off.
He wasn't going nowhere. No. Mark's like, he's off. I'm like, he might be.
No, not with that hook in his head like that.
Pliers.
Definitely needs some pliers for that.
I hear him flashing. He's alive in there. He's alive and well.
There we go.
I think it's one of the days so far.
There we go.
That's more like it.
Got the MAD signature series with some bend on it.
That's what's up.
There we go. That's a solid 3-pounder.
Why don't you tell him about your rod?
Hooked right in the middle of Oh, the jaw right here. Yeah, so that's on a Signature Series MAD.
I'd say to talk about the rod while he's trying to get a hook out of the fish so he can't pull the rod.
It's a nice one right there.
Healthy one.
Very healthy. Beautiful fish. Cal Delta Special. Belly on it's great. Great tournament fish.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, this is my Signature Series 7'11" Kistler, and it's a Helium 3 model. And I designed this rod specifically for punching mats, throwing big crankbaits, throwing swim baits, a lot of the things us Western anglers like to do. But different from most flipping sticks, this is not an extremely stiff rod. It's a moderate bend to it, so it has a lot of flex in it. When you load up on that rod, it'll bend all the way down to this second guide right here, and that allows a lot of times for those fish to stay pinned and not rip the hook out of the fish's mouth.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people don't understand that if you have too stiff of a rod, it can pull it away from them too soon. That moderate action bending back towards the middle there allows that fish to load up on the rod, and then as soon as it gets into the backbone of the rod, shuts them off at that point and drives the hook. Having the extra cushy tip like that longer tip, when Mark's saying getting pinned, it's the fish getting pinned up against the mat too. They get leverage like that and they can throw the hook. By having that rod, they can move around there and you can still fight that fish until you pop them through the mat.
That's exactly right.
Allows them to get back down and stay instead of staying pinned up under there.
Absolutely. I mean, you're already throwing braided line. You got super stout rod, high speed reel. There's no give in any of that setup right there. So you want to have some flex in that rod so when that big fish surges, you don't rip the hook out and it just bends with the fish. And I found I land a lot more fish like that.
Gotta have a little cushion.
Got it.
No!
Oh, he come off?
That was a good one.
Little guy.
Came off. Right into the cup holder. Nothing big. Another good one. Come on, Mark. Yeah. Found some.
Come see me, baby.
And that's why Mark comes home.
Wow, that's a nice fish right there.
Coming home for a reason.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Cal Delta Special right there. 4.5, pushing 5 pounds, healthy, fat, been eating good, been hanging out underneath these hyacinth mats.
You talking about that bass or me, bro?
Talking about you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
You thought I was talking about the fish?
He's been eating
No,
good.
I'm talking about
Nice,
you, man.
healthy, but
drinking
fat.
beer and yeah. Beautiful
Nice
fish,
one,
man.
yeah, man.
We're gonna get her back so she stays nice and healthy back. So where she'll grow up and come play with me another day. Oh, she's feisty. She was ready. She said, I don't want to wait. Put me back, please.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Been thinking about trying out kayak fishing or already into it and just want some sick upgrades for your rig? It's time to check out the Headwaters Kayak Shop. Come pick the brains of their knowledgeable staff and make sure to ask about their awesome demo program to find the right kayak for you. Or stop in and rent one with Lodi Lake right down the street. The Headwaters Kayak Shop fits all your yakking needs. Tell them if sent ya. Are you into diving, surfing, or fishing? And have you checked out the Salt Life YouTube channel yet? From awesome surfing insight to scuba diving locations and in and offshore fishing, bundled up with all sorts of crazy cool footage, the Salt Life has you ocean lovers covered. So go check out their YouTube channel and tell them if sent you. Have you been to rustylures.com? Did you know they offer free shipping on anything over $29.99? And with all the latest and greatest in bass fishing gear from punching tackle, umbrella rigs, swim baits, and you name it, there's really no reason for you not to be getting the best deal online today. So go to www.rustylures.com. Did you ever wish for an RC boat when you were a kid? And do you have a passion for fishing? Well, guess what? It's time to do them both at the same time. With RCFishingWorld.com's RC Fishing Pole, it's time to be a kid again. So visit www.rcfishingworld.com today.
Oh, he's buried. Oh, and the cheese. And the cheese.
Oh, salad bass.
Felt like a good one.
Yeah, get down next.
Another fresh choice bass.
Let me get in there, I'll get it out.
I don't know if he's on there, Mark. Yeah, he's there. Watch, it's gonna be like a 12-incher.
Giant bass.
Is there a giant under there? Yes! Yes! First 9-pounder of the day.
Here's your deep one, man.
All right, I'll take
Giant bass, bro. I almost had to go swimming.
He was just in it.
He almost took me with him.
Just trying to cut that hyacinth. This way you do it. All the time when you wrap around, you can just saw right through it. But that doesn't seem to be happening.
Not today, huh?
Oh, oops, sorry.
No, you're good. Little
Gotta
fish.
have it on high.
I'm taking credit for your fish right now, Nick.
Yeah, you landed.
I just caught this one out of this hyacinth matto. Ultimate struggle. I had a hard time getting him out, but we fought it out.
I just held the rod for him.
We got him, and it's all good, man. Hold that motherfucker. Your rod, I got you.
All right. On the drop shot. There's the worm. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. 2-pounder. We'll call him 2.5 then. Mark says 2.5. I round down.
Hey, I'm tell you something. Like I said, I've looked at so many little ones.
All my 10-pounders were realistically like 15.
That's right.
I'm just modest, man. So Mark, I got a couple of questions for you, man. So you being a local tournament angler, originally out here on the west,
Yeah.
and now fishing the FLW Tour, what did it take, man? For you had to qualify, get in there. What did it really take you?
Yeah, it's for me, you know, it was a pretty long deal because you know, I made it to the tour. You know, in my opinion, probably the hardest way that you could do it, or the longest, most time-consuming way, and that was through TBF Federation. And you know, for me, it was a 2.5-year process fishing TBF. Of course, ultimately making it to the national championship, and then I was able to win the national championship, and that got me out there on tour. But
Awesome.
But you know, I cut my teeth right here on this California Delta, man, and you know, I truly believe that if you can be successful here on this Delta, because it's always changing, you know, I think that sets the platform and the foundation for a successful career, or potential successful career out there on tour.
Because you got to roll with the punches and constantly change, huh?
And you got to be able to catch them out here because no 2 days are the same. The tide's constantly changing. The grass grows different every year. There's always new invasive species of this and that popping up. So you just got to be able to, you know, roll with all the different punches. And when you can do that out here, you know, I think that's going to set you up to be successful.
It's awesome, man. You know, I often ask pros the tough question, and the tough question is, if we're out pre-fishing for a tournament, man, what's one of the #1 keys you think you could possibly give a guy that's just fishing weekend tournaments to go out with his pre-fishing and get over on the competition? What do you think's like the #1 thing?
That's a tough question, but you know, what I'm gonna say is kind of not so much fishing related, and it's to keep an open mind. Because you just never know what's gonna change during the course of the day, and fish to condition. You may have been catching them on top water the weekend prior, 2 days prior, then the weather changes, the wind's blowing, of course now you can't do that. So you have to maintain that open mind in order to have confidence to go throw crankbait now, or throw spinnerbait or chatterbait, whatever
like
the case
as
may
the
be.
tournament's on at that
yeah,
point.
right
So
now,
let's say you pre-fish, you're catching them one way,
oh yeah,
and just to be comfortable to make that change.
absolutely, and have confidence in it, and confidence in your decision making. You know, that's something that's huge for tournament angling on any level, whether it's weekends, you know, little club tournaments or whatever, or out there on the FLW Tour like me. Decision making is everything. And so being able to make those decisions during the tournament, you know, I might blast off knowing I'm gonna go drag a jig on a rock pile.
Right.
Well, when I get there, either I've made 15 or 20 casts on that rock pile and I hadn't got a bite, or the conditions won't allow me to fish the rock pile. Well, now I need to make a game time decision that's gonna still allow me to be competitive. And so, you know, again, just being in that mental space to do so.
I'm gonna kind of go off of that too. So let's say, for example, you know, you're on jig fish on a rock pile, and let's say you have like a highly productive system, like a drop shot, like I'm throwing, for example, or a wacky rig worm. Like, let's say you get to your spot, you caught nothing else during pre-fishing, you had jig fish going. Are you still gonna throw a big bait with confidence? Are you still gonna throw a buzz bait with confidence? Or at that point, would you try to regroup and go with more of like an insurance setup, like a drop shot or a wacky rig, to make sure you get fish? Like, what would you do at that point? Try to get fish to stay in the standings and then come back the next day and see if your pattern can come alive at that point?
It just depends on the fishery.
Just depends on the fishery.
Yeah, so like here
you
today,
just like junk fishing it?
yeah, kind of, you know, it would just depend on as far as bait selection.
Okay.
So like here in the California Delta, sure, you can stick with those bigger baits, Clear Lake, you know,
Sure.
these infamous big bass factories. You can stick with those big baits and fish them with confidence and still be able to scramble and hit new areas and do well. Now, on lakes that you may be not that familiar with, I would say downsize and start throwing baits with that are gonna get bit.
Higher bite frequency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So drop shot and wacky worms, smaller jigs.
Okay, because I was
things
thinking
like
that's
that.
what I would do.
Cincos.
You know,
man,
Mark's
yeah.
out on tour. He's traveling all over the country, and I'm thinking, you know, I haven't fished 99% of these places. You know, outside of
Absolutely.
California, I fished maybe 3 places.
Yep.
You know, and I think, like, if I was there and I had to fish, yeah, I could pre-fish like anybody else. I don't have any waypoints, but I get something going. Like Mark said, conditions make a change.
Yeah.
At that point, I would naturally think, me being smart about fishing, to pick up something and try to ensure getting into that next day and getting over. Maybe my pattern will exist the next day, the conditions will be right to go back to what I had prior to get in there. Okay, so that keeps
Absolutely.
me on the right page
Yeah,
then.
no, you're right on the money. I know you don't fish a ton of tournaments, but
No, not anymore, man.
that's the thought process that you have to have, man.
Awesome.
For sure.
Appreciate the insight, man.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on in
Oh,
here,
yeah.
baby.
Whoa, look at that. Look at
Oh,
that
he-
rash.
He's all
Oh,
beat up.
he's got infection on him.
He got something.
Well, that's special. Mark, let me lick that fish real quick. That's good luck. Don't judge. Don't judge. Dang, look at that.
That's a Cal Delta stud.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he ain't no
Look how
giant, but he's,
porcely that is. Put down your power poles, Mark. Yeah, crazy.
yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, giant. But look for,
picture for him.
yeah. For the overall length of that fish is real thick. Always, I've said it before.
Oh, yeah.
You get them under the mats. I'll tell you why we chose this area here. The current's ripping. We got a small hump out in the middle right here.
Yeah.
An island here, an island here. So we got this little lengthy trough running through here. There's mats right here. When you get this faster current, it knocks these banks out. You get these indentions in the bank, undercuts in them. And you get these hyacinth mats that come over the undercut by a foot or two. It really concentrates the fish with this current ripping. They got to get in there. And pinpoint accuracy, current's ripping. Mark's like, all right, I'm gonna flip that right there. We knew it was coming. I just caught a little one on the drop shot. Bam, just like that. Faster current concentrates them to the bank, so you got to keep that in mind.
That's it, dude.
So Mark, let's say you got a guy coming out here, because I know you've been fishing the east side of the U.S. and
Yeah.
the Midwest and all that.
Oh yeah.
Let's say a new guy coming to the Delta. He's gonna have 5 rods on the deck. Basically, any time of year. Let's say spring through fall. Let's just call it spring through fall, because I know the winter's a different deal.
Yeah.
5 baits on the deck. What baits are they gonna be?
Let's see. Gotta have a flipping stick. Period. Point blank. Period. Of some form. Whether you're throwing a jig, a punch rig, a brush hog, a D-bomb, whatever. Gotta have a flipping stick. Chatterbait's another one. Gotta have a chatterbait. Gotta have a Cinco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have a Cinco. Gotta have a rattle trap. You know what I mean? And especially in the early spring, rattle traps are absolutely deadly out here. Gotta have a trap, and then last but not least, some sort of topwater. My personal preference is gonna be a frog. Snag-proof frog, whether it's ishes or bobbies, whichever your favorite one is, your favorite colors. Colors on the frogs, I keep it simple, black and white. That's really it.
Yeah.
And you know, those are my top 5 right there for sure.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Now I know you do a ton of stuff with rattle trap, and I have seen you come out successful in so many tournaments throwing a lipless crankbait, the rattle trap. What's your deal with that? I have, I've caught some good fish on the trap, but I don't have nearly the success it seems like that you do catching them. And I know we're supposed to cast it out there, let it get in the tips of the grass and rip it free.
That's right.
What are you doing different with the trap that I'm not? Because I don't have nearly the confidence that you do. I seen you throwing it this morning and stuff too, and yeah, we didn't get any big fish on it this morning, but I know you got a heck of a lot of confidence in that bait.
Oh, absolutely.
What is it that's giving you the confidence of what different are you doing with it?
Well, there's a couple of different things that I tend to do that I guess everyone may or may not even pay attention to, but angles are really key.
Uh-huh.
You know, people don't really talk about that, but the angle, you can make the same cast 100 times and then swing the boat around a different direction and throw at it. That angle is what triggers the strike.
Mm-hmm.
You know, depending on how the fish are set up on that particular piece of structure. But, you know, I play with the angles a lot. I play with the cadence a lot. Stop and go retrieve, like you mentioned earlier, letting it bog down in the grass and ripping it out. Sometimes just slow rolling that thing, dude.
Yeah.
Is deadly. You know, you just let it, you just creeping it back to the boat. You know, and you know, you hear fishermen talk about this all the time. You let the fish tell you what they want. I always start off with the lipless, burning it. Real fast retrieve, hitting something, yanking it out.
Getting them to react to it.
Okay. But they don't always want that.
Right.
You know, sometimes they like it creeped on the bottom. Sometimes they like it yo-yoed. That's another really...
Yeah, I that's what I do a lot. I constantly yo-yo it, let it fall. Because it has that, rattle trap's got that nice shimmer to it.
Absolutely.
They crush it. I catch so many stripers out here in the Delta on the rattle traps.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I still like, I don't have the confidence that I can go out and get 20, 25 pounds, but I see all these local pros, all these experts. I see you, and guys just constantly wrecking them on that bait. So I think I'm going to put it in my hand a little bit more often. The original rattle trap, the nickel and blue, the crawdad red, I mean the fire tiger pattern. It's all there.
Colors are limitless, man.
Yeah, they're all over. And then they've got the new square bill that we're throwing this morning. Pick that up, show them that.
Yeah, check this out here.
Yeah.
It's a new bait by Rattle Trap. It's called the Echo 1.75, and of course we're out in the Delta, so I brought out one of their top sellers, and one of my favorite colors is called Rayburn Red. It's a deep reddish orange with a little bit of gold on it. Great crawfish imitated right here. And this time of the year on the California Delta, the crawfish are really bright and red. The water temps are up, and so this mimics that really well.
Well, the real cool part that I seen with this earlier, something really cool. Don't mean to cut you off, Mark.
No, you're good.
But a lot of the time, guys fish balsa around timber.
Yes.
Because it lifts fast. And the thing I noticed this for a plastic bait is it only runs about around 3 foot range, 2.5, 3 foot, you know, depending on line diameter, like Mark said earlier.
Yep.
But when it deflected off something, it came up fast.
Yes.
Which allowed me to burn it through. I was even bouncing off toolies with that. And
right.
That thing was even coming through grass better than any square bill I fished yet. So
it's an awesome little bait, man. Like you mentioned, its shape, it's a little more robust and round than your typical square bills.
Yeah, it's no cookie cutter square bill.
And then it has flat sides on top of that, and so you know, it's really unique in a lot of different aspects, but it comes through cover just awesome. I mean, one of the best I've seen come through cover.
Shocked.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it just comes through the grass, the toolies, whatever you can run this into, which is what you need to be doing to get bit anyways.
Yep.
It comes through effortlessly, and I think they got a winner. Well, I know they got a winner with this one. I'm
amped for this next spring and later this fall. I'm gonna wreck them on that bait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a winner, man. That's for sure.
That's sick bait, man. There we go. Another one on the Delta drop shot.
Dropper.
Using 15 pound, 100% fluorocarbon. Little 3.0 extra wide gap hook. Let me show you something. It's a light wire hook. You see that? I mean, it's not a thick wire diameter. It's a light wire hook using a 6-inch robo worm. You want that bright purple color out here on the Delta. Mark's hooked up on something. Oh, darn, it came off. I mean, he shredded that worm, but I mean, it's all right, little fish right here, but a lot of big fish you can catch like that. Only thing I'm doing is looking for grass patches, pitching it into the holes by the grass patches, let it get to the bottom, couple light pumps, get it out, pitch it to the next one. You can put a lot of big fish in the boat like that, especially on low tide on the outside of that grass. Watch the low tide Delta special, the low tide and offshore with Andy Kachia. We go over a lot of that, man. Very effective. Well, guys, that's it. You know, we spent pretty much the majority of the day out here with Mark. We hooked some good fish, man. We lost some punch fish. Right here at the end, I lost a bass. It had to be over 7 pounds on the frog. I let her eat it. swung, came out. That's just the story of the day, man.
I know we lost a lot of good ones, but we caught some nice fish.
Yeah, we did,
we caught
for
a
sure.
lot of fish, man. And
yeah, definitely.
you know, that's why I love this place, man. You can catch numbers, and there's always a chance at that big one.
Yeah. Delta's an incredible place, an incredible fishery. Every day you hit it, it's different. You never know what you're gonna get. That's what Mama said.
That's it. It's like a box of chocolates.
That's it, man. Well, we'll see if we can get Mark to come back out again, guys. You know, maybe later on, or maybe sooner than later. I gotta get this guy. I want to take him out salmon jigging. He said he's never done it before, so I'm like, dude, you gotta go do that with us.
For sure.
But I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to go to this description for the link for Mark's fan page on Facebook and his website. Do you have a website, Mark?
I do.
What is it?
My website's markdanielsjrfishing.com.
Yeah. So make sure to go there.
Go ahead.
Go there. Follow him on Facebook. What's your Instagram?
Instagram, Mark Daniels Jr.
So, so it's Mark Daniels Jr.
Yeah, literally all one word. Mark
So
Daniels
everything is Mark Daniels Jr.
Jr. With the exception of, hey, with Twitter though. Twitter, MDJ Fishing on Twitter. So.
MDJ Fishing.
Yeah.
Mark
Everything else is
Daniels
Mark
Jr.
That's
Fishing.
it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Make sure to visit informativefisherman.com. Check out all the videos. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at Informative Fisherman. Thanks, guys.
Take care.